Hi there. So it's a typical winter day. A little bit of sun every now and then pops through. Temperature's 2 degrees. It was minus 4 degrees about 4 hours ago, so it's actually got a bit warmer. And if you're one of these people who've passed the driving test recently, or this is your first winter, whether you be a learner or a qualified driver, then you've got to think about the weather conditions, the road conditions. That's going to affect your driving, because you would have come across appropriate speeds, and that's the same thing in winter. It changes. So appropriate speeds in summer on a 30 mile an hour road, it's clear, you're probably going to do about 28, 29, maybe 30. In winter you're going to go slower, just for safety really, just so you don't get yourself in any bother by skidding. So the ground looks a little bit dark, so I think it's a little bit damp still, because it was ice and snow this morning. So if you're driving in weather conditions that are a little bit icy, then you've got to drive slower. And if black ice is the worst one, you can't really see it, looks like water on the ground. So you've got to drive sensibly. You can't do 30 miles an hour because it'd be too dangerous. You're going to come to a bend, try turning the car, and the car's going to go sideways. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just making you realise that if this is your first winter, you've got to drive sensibly. And you've got to slow things down early than what you'd normally do, so you're not braking hard. Because if you brake hard, the wheels might lock up, you might skid. I say occasionally you might see a little bit of snow or ice on the side of the road, on the grass, on the pavement. At the moment it's looking clear around here. A little patch every now and then, but this morning I bet it's about an inch or two thick. So if you get up in the morning and you get outside and your car's covered in ice or snow, then you need to give yourself a few minutes to clear it away. You can't just get in the car and just go, because it's going to be dangerous for you. And you do see them driving along the road coming towards you, a little hole in the windscreen where they've cleared that away and the rest of it's covered in ice, and you're thinking, that's silly, that's going to be dangerous. If the police see it, they'll probably pull you over for it, for driving dangerously. So clear your front windscreen. If you get yourself an ice scraper or a spray for de-icing the windscreen, or a windscreen cover, these are the things you can get for winter. And if your car's due a service, then get it done before the temperature starts dropping even more, because that'll help the car. Because if it's due a service and the temperature drops, there's more chance the car's going to break down in the really cold weather than if it's not at a service. And also when you're driving around and say it looks damp on the road, just slow down for them bends, slow down for the corners, slow down for the junctions. Remember, appropriate speeds in winter is slower than in summer, because there's more risk of you having an accident. So you've got to think like that. And if you're driving through a country road, it's quite important. Country road temperatures tend to be a lot colder than in the town centres, because town centres you've got lots more traffic, you've got street lights, all these things heat up the road, heat up the area in that area. So it might be a couple of degrees different. So if you're driving around the countryside, it's probably going to be maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 degrees lower on the countryside than it would be in a city or a big town centre. So these things you've got to bear in mind. And if you are driving through a countryside and it's like at the moment 2 degrees, then watch out for the bends, watch out for trees hanging over the road, because that could be getting droplets onto the ground which will ice up. So all these things you've got to bear in mind, and just keep yourself safe. You know, you are going to get pressure from cars behind you trying to make you go faster and faster and faster. And you look at your speed, and I'm thinking, right, I'm in the 30 zone doing 30 mile an hour. Why is you pressurising me? I don't know why. Maybe they're just in a rush. But don't fall for that trick where, I'm going to go faster just to please the car behind me. You worked hard to keep your licence, haven't you? To pass it and keep it. Don't lose it just because there's some silly driver behind you pressurising you. So good luck on the roads. Remember, give yourself an extra 5 or 10 minutes to get to work or college, because it is a lot harder to drive in winter than it is in summer. And if you wake up in the morning and you are, like I say, it's covered in ice or snow, it's going to take a few minutes longer. And if you've not given yourself an extra bit of time, then you could end up being late. So or you'll end up rushing. So good luck on the roads, good luck driving in winter. It's just a quick video, and remember, if it is snowing and you can manage without going to work or college that day, then stay at home, because it might be dangerous on the roads. And if you are driving in the snow, remember, it's got to be a lot more distance between you and the car in front of you. You can't just keep right on the tail, because if they start slowing down and you start braking, you're going to possibly skid towards them. So good luck on the driving, and be safe.